Hello, and thank you. As Brett said, we're a lighting manufacturer, and my name's Simon Taylor from ProcureLED. We're going to do a little bit something different today. We're not going to talk about just lighting products. I think lighting as a managed service is becoming more and more talked about in the industry, but a lot of people don't know its features and benefits. So I thought we'll go through that today. If anybody does need to know more about the products that we have a vast range. I think we've got about 700-800 SKUs now. Speak to the guys at Demesne Electrical, and they will put you in the right direction. Sorry, doesn't know what happened there. Mute myself, so I will start that again. So ProcureLED, formerly known as Aura Light. Many of you would have probably heard of Aura Light. We've worked with Demesne Electrical now for well over a decade and done some very, very big and prestigious projects, and they know our product as well as we do. So we were established in 2002 in the UK, but obviously Aura Light had been going around since 1930. We broke away from Aura Light in 2017, and that hence is the name change to ProcureLED. We changed the name for a few reasons, and that was to let people know that we wasn't just a traditional light source company now, and that we had moved much so into LED technology. So the sectors that we cover is pretty exhausted. It is most sectors. Hazardous area is a big one. Most of our lighting is in the North Sea in terms of light source. Baku, Azerbaijan, Texas, Australasia, and so forth. Commercial is a big sector for us and a growing sector, as is industrial. A lot of business that we do with Demesne Electrical is in the industrial sector. Street lighting is where we've been strong in the past, both on the light source, but now more so on full solution offerings. We have a global partner network which is growing at a rapid rate, and this has grown more so since 2007, bringing on a number of different partners globally. So we have a number in the UK, obviously the guys in Ireland, Demesne Electrical, Singapore, Thailand, Vietnam, Australia, US, both north and south, and representation now in Hong Kong. So we are growing our footprint, and I think a lot of this can be down to our product, and also lighting as a managed service, as an offering. So what do we do? So sounds simple, but we supply lighting solutions through the savings in energy. So what we mean by this is that the savings that you make in your energy will pay for the lighting. So no need for capex and big expenditure. We are a sustainable company, like I said, especially with our background, with our old parent company, Aura Light. We were one of the most sustainable lighting companies globally for many years, with 98% share of the long life lighting market. We help companies, end users, save energy. That's first and foremost of what we do. And typically, this is becoming now up to 80% savings that we can make. And this isn't just down to the lighting and the light source or the design. This is also down to intelligent lighting controls. So as a combination of the lighting and the controls, we're getting up to 80% in energy savings, which is phenomenal. We're a technology independent solution provider, which sounds great, but in simple terms, what it does mean is that we offer long life lighting solutions regardless if it's LED, fluorescent, or HID. So we make sure that you get the right solution for the right environment, and that's very important. A lot of companies that have only got LED will put LED everywhere, and we know that LED doesn't like heat, and I've seen it go into foundries and the like, and you know, it just cooks the LED chips itself. So we make sure that when we do a solution, we make sure that solution is right per application, and I think that's very important. We can do a lot of bespoke product. This is what we do with a lot of projects with Demesne Electrical. We bespoke a lot of products. Constant light output. This is a good one. A lot of people haven't heard of this, but when we do a lighting design and we want X amount of lux levels in an environment, we do it looking at what the light level is going to be at end of life for that solution. So we know from day one that we overlight the environment, and sometimes this can be by 20% in order to get the lumen decay at the end of life. So what we have now with a lot of our LED technology is a constant light output. So it means that you get the amount of lux that you need from day one, and over time we put an algorithm into the software where it knows what the lumen decay is, and we increase the current to increase the light over lifetime. So we're saving energy from day one by not overlighting it, but also over the course of the lifetime of the installation. We have an in-house design team, so we can get designs back very quickly, but we can make a lot of changes as well. So if the customer isn't happy, we're happy to make the changes. We have an extensive panel of funders. This is for the lighting as a managed service. And the reason why we do this is because not all funders like all sectors. So we have around about 5 lenders, but only 2 will lend to the steel industry, and where the others won't. And it also makes sure that we know that when we go to market for a managed service, that we're getting the customer the right solution. They're getting the best value for money. We have our own internal installation team and maintenance teams as part of this, but we also work with external maintenance teams. So if you are a maintenance company, don't get put off by this. You know, we can work with you. It's not all about taking all the projects ourselves. We can work with you, and the guys from Demesne can tell you more of how this works. Okay, so lighting as a managed service. It's a lighting solution that pays for itself. Like I said earlier, it pays out of the savings. One of our first projects we did many years ago, we saved the customer around about £10,000 per month in energy. It's quite a large site. Out of that, they paid around about £4,500 per month for this solution. So straight away, they kept their money in the back pocket. So with this, it was almost like we were giving these £5,500 a month to let us install our lighting. That's how I like to see this. Others might not. So keep the money in your back pocket. Use it for looking at different cash flows in other areas of your business, more critical areas. No need for big capex and spends. You know, we take care of the installation and the maintenance over the time. Customers take advantage of the energy savings and cost savings from day one. And there's a fixed fee, and this is important, and I think more so now than ever, that customers know what it's going to cost, so they can better manage their cash flow. There's zero risk. How this sits as a lease is like your other utilities. You know, there's zero risk there. you know, what we like to say when we're looking at lighting as a managed service is you're not buying the light fitting, you're buying what comes out of it, the same as other utilities. The process is a very straightforward process, and the guys at Demesne are very aware of this process and can help you or put us in touch with you, and we can do this. So get in touch with Demesne Electrical or ourselves, and we can put you in touch with the right person there. They will go out and do an assessment. This assessment will come back to us here at ProcureLED. We will then do a lighting calculation, lighting designs as per your specification. We'll then share this to make sure you're happy. And then from there, once you're happy and we've identified and you can see a cost, we will then go into the market and we will get you the best rates available for this solution. And we come up with a couple of different options. This is a simple process that can take anywhere between 24 to 48 hours to get costs back from the funding panel. So it's not a lengthy process at all. Once you've agreed this and it's the funding has been signed off by a director and we have all the necessary paperwork back, which is a couple of slides, that's all. It's very, very straightforward. We then work with either our installation teams to do it, or in-house installations, or the end users, contractors, in order to do it. And this is a benefit from a contractor. So if you are a contractor, then we get the installation costs from you and we add this into the value exercise that we do. And then this is all a part of it. So there's no installation costs separate to this. Once this is all done, paperwork signed off, we're ready to go. It's just a matter of maintenance. You tell us if there's an issue, or we contact you typically every 6 months to make sure you're fine with things. And especially if you've got sensors in a solution, we make sure that the sensors are working correctly for you and they don't need to be tweaked. If they do need to be tweaked, that's something that we can do. That's not an issue, but it is all app controlled anyway. So it's very straightforward, and we can send you a program to your phone and you can do it yourself. So very simple. We take care from start to finish with Demesne Electrical. So the benefits of the business is that it's convenient and fast. This is now more critical than any time before, really. Banks and lending is very difficult now, and I think, you know, we can kind of see that this is a similar scenario back to 2009. Makes the right solution affordable to you now. And what we mean by this is that we have a lot of customers before we add this solution say, I want this, I want it controlled for a BMS system, I want it to have sensors. But when they look at the actual overall cost, they cherry pick what they can afford. Well, you don't need to do this with lighting as a managed service, because the better the installation you put in, the greater the savings you're going to make. Obviously, you reduce costs going forward, your energy savings and carbon tax savings as well, if there's any penalties in your regions. You conserve your working capital. Again, this is as important as ever, the efficient use of cash. Why tie cash up in lighting when we can do it this way? Make the lighting work for you. Depending on what part of Europe you're at, then, you know, there can be tax advantages here. But one I like to look at, especially for the UK, is VAT advantages. You haven't got the big lump sum of the VAT payment up front. We know we can get it back, but you still got to pay it first. So obviously, spreading this cost over a time of 1 to 7 years, it means you pay small amounts of VAT each month. It leaves existing credit lines intact. It doesn't sit as a debt, which again is important if you need to raise cash going forward. There's a fixed repayment throughout the term, like we said, so it allows you to budget and manage your cash flow forecasts. It's flexible with upgrade opportunities. And this is an important one because technology, especially in lighting, has changed massively over the last 5 or so years. So what's going to happen if you take out a 7-year term? You know, it's going to be old technology, isn't it? As technology changes and advances in technology. So you can speak to us and say, look, we know that there's different product over there after X amount of years, and we can work it so we can make sure that you have an upgrade opportunity. And the process is managed by professionals and experienced people. We first did our first funded solution before other people were even thinking of this idea back in 2004 with lamps, not full solutions. So just a cash versus managed service. A lot of this we've already spoke about, but it just kind of hopefully drills it home. Tax advantages with cash, you're probably not going to get any. With managed services, you have 100% allowable against tax profits. You can use your cash for other projects, other critical risk problems that may come up, rather than freeze it in your light fittings. You have to pay full VAT, where it's small amounts of that with the managed service. There's no flexibility once you pay cash to upgrade other than raise the funds again. And if you're going back to your budget holders after a couple of years saying, oh, there's a better product on the market now, I want this, I know what most of them are going to say. You know, you told us this was the best and this is going to be future proof for the next couple of years. So issues with CapEx internal, each company has their own internal issues and to raise CapEx and making sure they hit certain criteria. Where with a managed service, you're making savings from day one. And it's designed for the easy upgrade straight away. So that's it from a managed service part for myself. You can see some pictures here of some of the products that we've got. Demesne Electrical and the guys there, like I say, are completely aware of the products that we have and have sold all of these products that are on the screen right now. Have a look at our website to see what else that we have. And if you need any more information, then I'm happy to jump into the breakout room with you and go from there. Thank you.